an IKEA manager. Sharif, I'm not going to say his last name because I don't want to offend. I don't even know how to say it. I could guess, but I don't want to. So Sharif, 35-year-old from Queens, but he works in Qatar at a IKEA where he's a manager. His brother, who was just his best friend, died at the age of 40 recently, just a few months ago. Sudden, out of nowhere, heart attack. He took a 5-day trip back to the United States where he works, from Qatar, or Qatar, I don't know how you say it. So he takes a 5-day trip back to the U.S. to attend his brother's funeral. He found out that the company's bereavement leave policy didn't apply to siblings. Direct quote, he says, they didn't give me bereavement leave, so I had to take paid vacation days to attend the funeral. Not cool. I agree with that. So let me stop. I was going to save this for later. I can't. This is an example, as I continue the story, of policy over people. When you, as a company, choose to follow your policy over dealing with people in a real-time situation, you are losing. You are losing their heart. You are losing their loyalty. After a month, so he comes back, and about a month after he returns to work from his 5 days off, his manager called him into the office. And he said, look, I've given you about a month now, and it's time to get back to normal. You need to get over it and move on. I've seen you moping around the office, and it's time to snap back into shape. He ended the conversation with, I don't want to have this discussion with you again. So he basically threatened me. Now, Sharif agrees. He said, I have definitely, I've admitted and I know that my performance had not been at 100% following my brother's death. But I was frustrated to hear that my job was threatened with an ultimatum. So he then goes on to Reddit, and again, okay, Sharif, it shouldn't have been handled that way. Let me address that first. Now, this is what I mean by policy over people. So you got a leader who knows that Sharif's brother died, didn't give him the days off, made him file vacation. That's a big miss. If somebody's working for you and a close family member passes away or there's some really traumatic thing, come on. Within reason. I mean, 5 days is all he took to travel halfway around the world. Have a heart. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's the first problem. Horrible bossery. Horrible bossery number 2 is when he calls him in, and he should have said, hey, man, I know it's been a month, and I can tell that you're not 100%. Do you agree with that? Sharif probably would have said, yeah. Hey, obviously you're sad. Heart's broken. I want you to win here, and we want to get you back to full speed. How can I help you? What's causing you to be less than 100%? Where is it affecting you? Like, have a real conversation to where Sharif feels noticed, to where Sharif feels valued, and then work with him to go through it. Hey, all right, I want to get you back up to full speed, and I know that's going to happen when your heart's better. So let's see if we can do this, this, and this. Like, actually be a part of the solution, leader. So then this is where Sharif goes wrong. He goes on to Reddit and says the whole story, right? Well, the Reddit post was flagged by a different branch of IKEA. And then Sharif got a call from the HR director who promised to speak to the manager and follow up. Instead, Sharif was notified that he was randomly selected to have his job performance assessed, and he was given a subpar performance, and it all led to him leaving. So HR, they contact him and say, hey, we're going to follow up on this. This wasn't right. They don't. Or maybe they did, and they got overruled by some leader who's a coward. See, coward leaders brush stuff like this under the rug. Courageous leaders deal with this. Well, the random assessment was the next order of business, and he was given a bad assessment. I don't know if he earned that bad assessment or not. Point is, it's not a way to treat people.